for tuning in to another episode of Conversations with Chan. So today I have with me, and y'all brace yourselves, Jazz Anderson. And when I tell you she has this project of hers that's coming is going to be a game changer for a lot of people. And I'm smiling because it's like, go ahead, girl, you better do it. Like, you're doing it in such a manner that it's so empowering and people can look up to it, and no matter what their age, they can follow it. So please introduce yourself, tell people where you are, what you do, and then we're gonna go right into talking about this project.
What's going on, you guys? It's your girl Jazz Anderson. Most of you may know me from reality TV, but now I'm a talk show host, and I also am a rapper.
Yes, not just at Christmas time. She actually puts the words on wax and things.
Exactly. I like that one. I like that.
Yes. So tell me about the Embodying the Experiment project.
Yeah, so I wanted to do, I only released one other project, which was called Separation Anxiety. That was about 3 years ago. And that project pretty much was a coming of age story for me, kind of disassociating myself from who people saw on reality TV and letting them know, hey, this is what, I really do. Right. So with the experiment, now that I'm 24, I just felt like I'm at that age in my life where I'm figuring out who I am. I'm figuring out who I am. I'm diversifying myself. I'm being creative. And I think that plays a part in my artistry as well. So not only me as a woman, but my artistry as well is something that I'm putting the pieces to, kind of like a puzzle,
Yeah, because I will say this. I was married with 3 kids at 24. So I didn't even know who I was. I was a stranger to myself. So I did not have the time. I did not take the time to get to know myself. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that you at 24, you're figuring that out. You're taking the time to do that. Yeah. But you're expressing it. You're giving others who may be trying to find themselves the inspiration to look for those things inside themselves so they can do better. So that I have to commend you. At my 30-something years, I'm not going to say my age, that I can say that this is something, even for me, it inspires me because now I have to reflect on myself and say, because I don't think you never truly, as a woman, we evolve and go through so many changes and so many iterations of ourselves.
Yep.
I wish I did that at 24. Girl, I would have made so many mistakes.
But I think I don't know what my Zoom did, but I think that's important. I don't think it's ever too late. So I kind of gave my listeners a glimpse of who I was with separation anxiety, but now I'm just so much more mature. A lot of people see me as Jazz from basketball wise because I was 14 when I was first on that show. So people feel as if they've grown up with me. Well, now I'm saying, okay, well, this is who I'm becoming. So what do you think about this?
Right. Well, one, we don't care what they think, but
exactly. True.
And I tell people this all the time. I said, them and they are things that should never come into play when you are talking to yourself. And I'm talking to myself when I say that.
Right.
But it's like right now at a time where women are there's undue pressures for us to be a certain way because of what society and media, especially as Black women, we are put into these boxes. And I'm loving the fact that you're showing that, listen, we go through our changes.
Yeah.
We grow and we find ourselves.
Yeah.
So, but yours.
Because I can honestly say I had put myself in a box, after a while. So that's why with this project, I was like, you know what? I just want to totally let loose and embrace who I'm becoming. But yeah, I feel like a lot of, especially African-American females, we are under a lot of pressures by society. But I feel like now we have to make our own rules and we have to create our own narrative. So that's what I look to do.
And this makes me smile so much because you've been introduced to the world a certain way. You were a child,
Yeah.
As a child, I have one of those. So it's like for someone to think that you're going to be the same way now, it's illogical. So, because I'm looking at the artwork for this project, I'm looking at your pictures. It's the evolution is so beautiful. It's like a butterfly, and I'm like, okay, girl.
and I'm like, I know people are going to be so shocked because, like you said, it's like sometimes people get stuck on who they first saw you as. You know what I'm saying? So I know now when they see me now with this project, the experiment, it's a total 180 where they're going to be like, oh my gosh, Jazz grown up, you know. But that's what I want. I want to shock them and show them, you know, this is who I'm becoming. So.
And because you're a songwriter, and I've seen you, like, you literally, like, I'm like, there's nobody behind there writing your music. There's no ghostwriters. There's nobody giving you a track that you follow. Nobody's doing the whole song and then you just mimicking them. You are doing the work. The actual work. And this is, I think, this is the music lover inside of me and connoisseur of music is coming out and it's like, look, this is what we got. We need to go back to.
Right.
Because of the fact that we go back to our roots, especially with female Femcees, female rappers who wrote and who actually were producing, who actually did the work.
Yeah.
You can tell the body of work because it lasts forever.
Right.
You know
longevity. Yeah.
Right. So, and you're setting yourself up to have that longevity. And that's so respectable and so admirable for me because I'm a very picky person on music because I would have said, oh, girl, your song is cute. No, I can't say that. Because you have real music. And not saying that anybody else who's doing it is not doing it, but from my generation and from how I look at hip hop and look at Femcees, you're doing the work because I grew up with, I'm about to date myself, with Moni Love. Like, I was a kid in elementary school listening to MC Lyte, Moni Love, and Queen Latifah, and Little Foxy. Like, I had the whole spectrum. I grew up in that era from elementary school to, you know, I graduated when Cash Money was taking over for the 99. So, you know, that's a whole, I had, like, the greatest era of hip-hop. Like, come on, like that to me, and it's like, so anything that comes out now, I'm like, I don't know.
No, that's true though. That's definitely
true. You put your heart and your passion, and you actually do the work. So to me,
thank you. I appreciate that.
That's a girl, and it's needed right now. I'm not saying that the people who are out, it's just needed right now because your music can transcend over generations that have. You know, listen, like people like me who have listened to hip hop and we know, you know, wait a minute now, you know. How, I'm going to ask you about being the co-host on The Mix. So how is that?
I love it. You know, The Mix is on Fox Soul every Tuesday and it's pretty much the Gen Z and millennial talk show that gives us a voice. You know, sometimes people look at us and say, they're young. We don't want to hear what they have to say. But I honestly think we're the change in a lot of situations. Not only are we using the biggest platform ever right now, which is social media, to get our voices heard, but we're on the front lines as well. So we're doing both. So I often say that we will be the change. So I think when Fox Soul, you know, came out with The Mix, it pretty much, you know, I always get hit up from people. It ranges from like 16 to 30 plus telling me, oh my God, I love that episode. Thanks for your advice. Oh my God, I feel the same way. That's so relatable. And I feel that's what was missing in the talk show realm because it's always an older white lady, if we're being honest, or just, you know, older person who you feel like your mom is talking to you, where now you have someone like me or someone like Zanique or someone like Romeo Miller, Anton Peebles, Jamie DuBose, who are around your age group where you feel like, oh, well, I'm going through that too. Let me listen to them. So I think it was important.
And that's what I want. I definitely want to say, because I'm at the tail end of the millennials. I'm at the last year. But the thing is, I can relate to it because I understand, because I feel like your generation was the biggest push for change. And I don't think people understand that. If it wasn't for you all doing the work and using the tools that, you know, when I was there when we didn't have internet, we had internet before cell phones, you know, when we could clap. So this is the thing, like your generation literally helped change this country's landscape. Your generation
I agree.
on the front lines of social change. So to me, instead of putting it down, I'm sorry, y'all better thank these kids because they actually went on Snapchat or TikTok or whatever, and seats and had it look like a Groupon concert. Somebody that was the ultimate petty. But
when it came to voting, it was us saying go vote, get out there and vote, posting it all on TikTok, posting it on Instagram, Twitter. I saw it myself with George Floyd died, God rest his soul. Houston, because I stay in Houston, Texas. It was my age group on the front lines at the protest. Us, getting pepper sprayed and marching. So, I'm just saying we are the change. Like you said, I definitely agree.
The change, and you all are what is needed right now. And I will not take that away from y'all because because I'm not gonna be out there marching. I will do my stuff because the thing is I'm very, very close to my community. I'm front lines for voter registration, front lines for all of that. But one thing, I'm too old to be out there getting pepper sprayed and arrested for things that I want to do. Y'all got time to get your records expunged. I don't.
Right, yeah.
So I'm not. I ain't doing. Listen, me in a cell. I'm not of that age group anymore to be in somebody holding a cell. Because first of all, y'all ain't got my vitamins, and I don't drink that water. So I'm gonna do the change from. I'm gonna send y'all money, and y'all go do it. Cause
that's funny.
But I just feel like I have to give you your flowers because of the fact that you have been able to be a role model and an example of, putting music that's, good, putting good out, putting good music out, putting a good, having people be comfortable with their change, being comfortable with their voice. So I have to say thank you so much for that because you have to respect that. And I'm so excited because I see your project will be out this summer.
Yep, this summer.
Girl, we'll be all punishment by the summer, so it's gonna be good to see you do some performances, and I think that we're like you are on the cusp of some great things, and I see it. And
thank you. From your lips to God's ears. I appreciate that.
God took you off the block list, so thank you. So therefore, I said it. So I think you and this is where it was. When I got the chance to talk to you, this was ideal because my audience needs to hear this, and my audience needs to understand how much of an impact that you're making and you will make. So
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
So tell everyone where to find you.
All right. So on Instagram, you can find me at Jazz Anderson, Jazz Anderson. My Twitter is It's Jazz Anderson. And then if you want to keep up with me every Tuesday right now on Fox Soul, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, I will be on The Mix. My project, The Experiment, will be released in the summer. So you guys can follow me on all those platforms to keep up with me.
And thank you so much for talking to me today. I'm so excited. So I thank you enough because, listen, I thank y'all for protesting your generation. Tell them I thank you.
I'll let them know.
Thank you so much, and you have a great day.
You as well. Bye.
Bye.